Hello again, Suzanne here, Angel Intuitive and Spiritual Guidance Counselor. And since I'm not getting a whole lot of questions lately, but I'm getting a whole lot of free time to do videos, which is actually quite lovely. My shoulder's healing a little bit. I'm listening to other people and reading, and I'm learning. I'm keeping stuff flowing. And I was listening to a lecture and on something completely different. I may or may not, it may or may not come up what was being discussed, but let's see what's happening here. Sorry, I'm going to end up jacking it up there. Trying not to get the bathroom door in there. At least the bathroom door is closed. But something that came up, there's so many things in this lecture. It was so powerful. I actually may have talked about it in another video because I do remember mentioning it, but I was watching it again and again and again. And I can't remember because I've got a whole bunch of videos that I uploaded to the computer but I haven't posted yet. But so depending on when you get this one, it will come after the other. But even if I did discuss it, I want to discuss this deeper. Ramble. And what they were talking about is, what was said was, sometimes we are warned away from the thing that is probably the most important thing we should be focused on. That was the quote. And it was so profound, just that comment, because it connects to so many things. So many things. So the gist of it is, someone's telling you one thing, and here's what you need to believe. But you can't believe this over here because it's bad. It's bad, right? Don't look over here. So that's bad stuff. So don't focus on that. Focus over here. Keep focusing over here. Keep focusing over here. And then, there are some of us. So again, warning, Will Robinson. But there are those of us that were but why kids? And it's like, well, why can't I look over there? Okay, maybe it's bad. It's not good. I shouldn't look at it. I should look over here. Well, I'll look over here, but I want to look over there too. I want to know why I'm not supposed to look over there. But how many times in our lives have we been told that? Oh, you don't want to talk to that person. That kid's a bad kid. He's done bad things. He'll get you in trouble, right? And then it's like, well, maybe that's who we should be friends with. Maybe there's something more to it. Maybe we're not getting the whole story. Does that remind you of anything? And I will say, no matter what channel you're watching for news, they're telling you don't watch the other. Don't look at the other. Oh, those people are dumb. They don't know what they're talking about. This is the facts. No, these are the facts. They don't have the facts. We've got the facts. No, we don't. They don't. We've got it. At the very least, look at all of it. It's like, well, why am I not supposed to watch this? What are they saying? What am I missing? We're missing the whole picture. And that's the whole gist of it is, not only should we be opening up our minds and our eyes to other things, I think that's one of the big sad things that's missing, where we used to be able to have healthy conversations, debates, agree to disagree, but understand why people believe the way they believe, no matter what it is, whether it's politics, religion, food, diet, exercise, whatever. That's what's so great about being human, is everybody's different, and we can learn and share and experience through other people's experiences, even if it's something that's not so great. Learn from other people's mistakes, so we don't have to go through that, or so that we can help someone else go through it if we see them going through it. So being aware of the other side, or what's over here, what's hidden behind door number 3, But also, mainly what I want to get at today is, what if, so here's the concept. So a lot of people have built up belief systems or thoughts or opinions, and it's like, no matter what, can't go over there. I've been told, this is not right, it's not good, it's not whatever. Can't even look, can't even think about it. You bring it up, it's like, oh, you're crazy if you're even thinking about looking over there. Well, riddle me this. What if that thing you're told to, let's see, let's go back there as I ramble. Okay, sometimes we are warned away from the thing that is probably the most important thing we should be focused on. What if? What if what's over there that we're told not even to look at would open up new realms of possibilities, or that would open up new knowledge, new healing possibilities, capabilities, abilities, emphasis on abilities. Or what if we just learn something new? Even if it's still like, oh, okay, that's why. I get it, not great. Or not good for me, but okay for somebody else, right? But what if? What if we have God-given gifts that we were told we don't? Oh, you're crazy. You're a crazy person. You're a witch. You're evil. You're whatever. The church says this. The government says that. What if the fear wasn't real? What if, see where I'm going. Now, most of you watching my stuff, I go all over the place. But you know that I believe that everybody has intuitive gifts, intuitive abilities. And I do believe that they are in our DNA. We were created to be intuitive beings. We were made to help and heal others and heal ourselves in the process, right? So when we're told, and here's the other thing. What if that thing we're told not to pay attention to, and they give it a label? Well, what if that label isn't what it actually is? What if it's not witchcraft? What if it's not dark arts? What if it's God-given miracles? What if it's just an everyday sense? What if it's just an everyday ability? What if it's just like, walking around or chewing food or breathing on our own? And I think that's really what it is. I think our abilities are just that. It's like how our body breathes for us. Because we don't always pay attention to our breathing, do we? Oh, that's a whole nother thing. And yes, I'll actually be doing a class on that here soon. Not sure about doing it on video. I know I might. We might do that. There's a lot of people with the videos out there, but I really want to do that in person. Because I think the hands-on aspect or the in-person aspect adds a little more, it makes us a little more responsible to ourselves to follow through and to get into that practice and that flow. But again, what if our intuitive abilities are just like breathing? And I personally believe they are. I've seen it in others. I've experienced it myself. And I know it's more of a knowing than just a belief that everybody has these extra gifts. And again, actually, they're not that extra, and technically they're not gifts. It's just who and how we are. But we're not supposed to talk about it. Why aren't we supposed to talk about it? Think about that one. I like the idea of thinking and understanding and the wonder and the but why? Why don't they want us to know? There are so many reasons we could think of, right? You can make a huge list. But, think about that. And if you're still unsure, because there's still a lot of people that I know are so freaking powerful. And I'm going to try to get away from the gifted term, right? But just say powerful in what we have, our abilities, say our abilities. Yet they still doubt it. And I kind of throw out, it's like, well, what if what I'm saying is true? What if you have this amazing ability to whatever, right? To see things before they happen, to know how to help someone intuitively, to help heal someone or guide them to healing aspects, or to answer the question that they've had for a long time that they can't come to that conclusion to get the answer. What if you have the answer for them? For me, it doesn't seem so far out there, but and again, nothing surprises me anymore. And it's so great in this downtime. I'm listening to other people who are out there and talking about their abilities. I was going to say gifts again. Talking about their abilities and how they shift and change, and it's beautiful how they share things, and the way people come about finding them, or not just finding them, but actually finally embracing those abilities. So think about that this week. What if there's something that you're being told not to listen to, or not to watch, or someone not to talk to, or not to listen to? What if they have information? What if they have knowledge or wisdom? So think about that this week. Where are you being pushed away? And tune in, find out why. Maybe there is a good reason, for your protection, for your safety, but also maybe it's just to keep you out of the know. So think about this week and have a beautiful week.